Okay, everyone, how y'all doing? So, back to do another video on this build. Alright, so I got all the welding done, got it all put together and hooked up and all that good stuff, and damn thing was leaking again. I got a brand new gasket for it. I noticed that on the side of the on the side cover, there was some weirdness going on. It had a little bit of a wave, it kind of like a dip, you know, kind of like goes across, down a little bit and up. And I'm like, oh man, that's not good. And then I started thinking about it. It's like, man, I never touched, you know, the side cover. I never did anything with it. I never grinded on it. You never pounded on it. Never dropped it. I'm like, how did it get such a dip in it? It's a dip that's noticeable. It's at least, I'd say an inch long, roughly an inch long. So I'm like, crap, man. All right, well, I guess for the most part, I am going to have to change out this whole motor because the side cover on here, yeah, I don't think that's going to work too well. Let me, matter of fact, let me come over here. But yeah, I'm almost positive that ain't going to work. This brand new motor, I know this thing will work, but I never checked the side cover on it. Let's take a look. Okay, yeah, that actually would work on there. Except for that. That I would have to. Let's take a look here, shall we? All right. So, as you see, it's just barely welded up on there. Barely. Take a look on the other side here. Okay, yeah. It's like barely on there. It's like just barely. So, this side cover, I mean, it's different from the one I have on there. All right, let's take a look at these bolt patterns. Let's focus on these ones here and these ones here. All right. Now, this one is the same thing right here, but look at these. There's an extra. And then down here, there's an extra. And then from here to here, there's an extra. And then here to here, there's an extra. So on each side, there's an extra bolt. This here is a much stronger setup, but yeah, this is going to take a lot of work to mess with that. This one here, not so much. Now I do need to take everything off and all that. Let's see. I gotta work on the govern on there. There's a lot that needs to be done to it in order for it to work. Like on this one, I was thinking, see how I did this here for clearance? I never messed really. Wait, did I? I don't know if I shaved that down. I might have shaved that down a little bit on this one, but I also plugged it with the original cap here. I'll probably have to take off the cap, see how much clearance I have with the torque converter, because the torque converter that comes out, this would be in the way. I'm almost positive of that. I'd have to take a look to see how much clearance I have with, because I'm using the brand new torque converter plate that goes across. So I'll have to see how much clearance I have with this on here, and then, well, with it off and with it on, or either way, it doesn't matter, you know, but how much clearance I have. Yeah. I'm also just going to see if this here will bolt right up to that other motor. That other motor has a lot of upgrades on it, a lot, you know, and I don't feel like tearing this here all down, because it's going to take days, you know, for me to get all of that exactly the same. I'll see what happens, you know. Give me a minute. I'll be back. Right back. Okay, I found the leak. It's coming from right there. Right there. This is where that one cover was. I put that good hard JB weld on there. Yeah, even though I welded it, I just want to make sure that it was solid, and it is. It ain't leaking from that. It's leaking from right there. That's where it's leaking from. That I can fix. I can actually fix that. It's the cover. That is my fault. That's my bad. So as you can see, you know, I can literally put my fingernail in there. Let me grab a razor blade. Let's see how far in this goes, huh? Shall we? Let's see. So, yeah, it goes all the way in there. It goes in there. Look at that. How far? Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't matter how far it goes. It goes in there far enough to cause a problem. So that I can fix with JB Weld, the good stuff. It'll have to cure for until tomorrow, which of course also means I have to drain the goddamn oil again. That's all right. It's all good, because I found that brand new bottle and it'll do just fine. You know, I got enough, so at least I found the problem. I know what it is. It's my fault. I can still use this side cover. I don't have to butcher any more motors. So that's good. Okay, right here, right where that JB weld is right there. This is where the problem is. Straight razor blade, okay? Just put this right up on there. You see that? See up underneath that blade? Yep, that's the problem. There it is. Okay, got that fixed. Here's the razor blade. And there we go. Completely fixed. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Try to get that camera to adjust a little bit better. There we are. I think that'll do quite nicely now. Yeah, I've used JB Weld on quite a lot of different projects and motors like this for little quick fixes, you know, and all that. And this here is no different. Yeah, this here is fixed. It's done. And on the inside, even though I didn't need it, I put JB Weld on the inside of that weld that I did. Let me just flip it around this way, be easier, so you guys can see. I didn't need to put it on there, but I did anyhow. You know, just to be safe. You know, my welds with aluminum ain't all that great, but I knew it wasn't going to leak, but I didn't want to take a chance either. So I did both sides. You know, outside I smoothed it out a little bit more than the inside, because it's, you know, inside, as long as it's thick and it holds, that's all that matters. And it's been holding for quite a long time. So there's that. I got the rest of all this smoothed out. I put in new pins here, that one and this one here. And these are not the hollow pins, these are the solid. So that'll work quite nicely. So I'll get back to you guys once I get a little bit more of this here done. Yep. Okay, ready to see what it does? Let's fire her up. Hell yeah! Ooh, she loud. Okay, so I got the bike out and it is running. I still need to do the brakes on it, bleed the brakes, but I think I got most of everything done except for that part. I have to trim away on that. And let's see, I think everything else is pretty good for the most part. I think it's pretty good. Oh yeah, I have to work on these bolts here. I think those ones are still a little long. I'm not sure, but I'll figure it out later. Got my lady here with the pooch, the beast. Yeah, I know. And she's going to do the filming for me.
Sorry guys, hey.
All right, so I'm going to have to shorten the kickstand. I know that because it sits a little too far over. Almost lost it a few times.
Which way are you going, this way?
Oh, I'm not riding it because there's no brakes, so I'm not going to ride it. But I did do some work on the torque converter. All right, so inside here there's a two pieces in there, and then there's two springs wrapped around. One on the bottom inside and one on the top. Now, normally when I rev it, I have to give it a little extra gas to get those springs and the clutch part, you know, and all that to open up and to catch. All right. Well, what I do is the first spring, all right, on top, I stretch it. I take a screwdriver, I press a screwdriver in between each coil, which spreads it out and gives it more. Basically, when it starts spinning, it engages easier. Now, I do a lot of spacing, stretching, I guess you can say. It stretches it out more, all right? And then the top one, while the bottom one is really stretched, the top one isn't stretched quite as much. So the bottom one in here, if I had it on top, it would fall off. That's how much it's stretched. Then the top spring, I also stretched that one a bit, but not as much as the bottom one, because you don't want that one to fall off. you don't want that. So anyhow, what I'm going to demonstrate now for you guys today is that this thing actually does run, and you'll see what I'm talking about. When I give it just a little bit of gas, it wants to go. So come on over here and I'll show you where are you going?
Right here, I can see perfectly.
Over here.
On the other side?
All the way over here, honey.
I had the perfect shot.
All right,
and you just ruined it.
Over here, right to here.
I don't want to be in the very front of you.
Right to here. Focus right here. All right. So
this thing's scary.
Sorry, she's new at doing the video.
No, I'm not new. He doesn't tell me before the video.
No, well, there's that too. It's a communication thing, right?
Yep.
All right, so here we go. So I'm going to start her up. Now watch when I give it a little bit of gas and I want it to take off. it does run. I loosened up the chain last night. I got it loosened up a bit. Basically, it's this kickstand down.
It's as sensitive as my bike.
Oh yeah, make them very sensitive without a doubt. So come on over here and I'll show you guys what I did here. All right, so you got the roller here. Now this roller, what I found is, oh, let me see it.
I fell down.
Yeah. All right. This roller right there, this one's made of all metal. It's an all metal chain roller. However, inside, now there's a bearing here, there's a bearing there on that side. You can't really see it, but in between the bearing, there's supposed to be a little piece of tubing metal, metal tubing, there you go. And it keeps the bearings from getting squashed. Now, when I was tightening it down, I noticed that it wasn't rolling. It wasn't rolling at all. You know, and I was like, it feels like that this here didn't have that metal tubing in there. So I opened it up and sure enough, it did not have it. So I had to go through all my parts and eventually I found a piece of little metal tubing, put that in there, cranked it down, and I was like, yep, that works. So now it rolls. And what I do here is, if I want this here tighter, I slide it back. If I want it looser, I slide it forward. And as you see, I got plenty of room there. You know, I think there's a little too much slop in it. I think I need to readjust that so there's not so much. But it's pretty nice the way it is. I have to admit, it's pretty good. Now, I don't have the cover on it yet because I'm still going through it. I'm still making sure everything is going to be, you know, perfect and whatnot. You know, so, yeah. So, there we go. Once I get the brakes done, which hopefully will be sometime today, I have to go and learn how to use this brake bleed kit that I have. And once I get that done, then everything should be good and I'll take it out and go for a ride. So for now, I think that'll do on this video. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll be talking to you guys really soon.